Hello, hello, Hidden Hermit here. How are you all? I am well. I am hungry. I am battling a cold. But I have a question for you, and that question is, what is the vibe? What's the vibe? So this is my video series where I look at bringing in messages from the universe via the structure of astrology, a little bit of chance, and the intuitive messages from the tarot. It's a lot of fun, so let's just get cracking with it. So today is Sunday, the 29th of September 2019. It is 10:30 a.m. UK time, which means it's 9:30 a.m. Universal time, so you can Google the time where it is with you. And so let's just give you a rundown of what's going on in the sky. So at the moment we have on the ascendant Scorpio. We've got Scorpio rising at 7 degrees, which is nice. Everybody likes a little bit of Scorpio energy. I say that cheekily. I do. I personally do. So what is going on? So astrologically, things are actually quite calm at the moment, considering the turmoil of recent months, years even, and considering the turmoil that's coming up. But things are quite stable. And I suppose the big reason for that is the Libra New Moon that we've just had. Now, personally, I think we should have a Libra New Moon every month. I think the world needs it at the moment. We need a bit of balance and depolarization. But of course, we're not allowed to. The skies will not allow that. The new moon was, from my point of view, about 16 hours ago. So we're already entering into that first day of the moon cycle. But fortunately, the new moon happened at 5 degrees Libra. The sun is currently still at 5 degrees Libra. The moon is at 14 degrees Libra, screaming away from that. But because it's early in the phase, the moon won't go void, of course, for a while now, fortunately. So we can still soak in that new moon energy. I don't know if you are aware, if you've seen my other videos, but I'm more of a new moon guy than I am a full moon guy. I just think the energies are much stronger. There are more is to be done in a new moon, I believe, but that's just my belief. You may have your own beliefs and you are entitled to them. So anyway, yes, so there's the sun and the moon. Mercury is at 24 degrees Libra, again moving away very quickly, heading to that Scorpio energy, which is nice. Venus is at 18 degrees Libra, currently squaring Pluto, so you may be feeling kind of forceful, loving vibes. I make that sound kind of horrible. I don't mean it horribly. So what else have we got going on? Mars is at 26 degrees Virgo. Mars is about to enter Libra itself. So we do have this little party still going on, sort of clustering around the zodiac. That's fine. That's cool. Jupiter is still at 17 degrees Sagittarius down here. Still squaring Neptune, but we're just less than 2 weeks away. We're starting to separate from that. Once Jupiter hits 18 degrees Sagittarius, then that conflicting square of the brothers in the sky there will start to dissolve. Does this mean we're going to get more clarity? Well, I don't know. We shall see. Jupiter is indeed a sextiling currently the Moon and Venus, which is nice. That's a good vibe. That's the vibe with Jupiter. Saturn is at 14 degrees Capricorn, currently squaring the Moon. So the moon's actually playing into a lot. So it's squaring Saturn. It's also coming up with another square aspect to Pluto, although it is sextiling Jupiter. So lots of interesting things going on there. The moon's bringing a lot of things into play, which is good because, you know, we've just had this Libra new moon. Let's bring a little bit of balance to these outer planets, please, Luna. Of course, within a day, those aspects will have dissolved. So bring a bit of balance into your life today. That's what the new moon is telling us, I believe. Uranus is still ominously over here at 5 degrees Taurus, being ominous. I'm still very suspicious of Uranus over there. I really am, but you know, that's just me. That's just me and my aspects, to be perfectly honest. Neptune 16 degrees Pisces, sextiling Saturn, which is nice, still squaring Jupiter, I've already mentioned that, and Pluto at 20 degrees Capricorn, as I've previously mentioned, squaring Venus, and just waiting for Saturn to join its own little party over there. So that's what's going on astrologically. So where do we need to look for the messages? For that, we use a little bit of chance. Boom, I didn't lose any this time. That's awesome. So this is where our focus is going. We've got a nice Libra one, so good. That's nice. And in fact, we've got a Venus here. So already we've got a message from Venus in Libra. I see we've already got a message as well from Neptune in Pisces. That's good. I do like that Neptune Pisces energy. Message from the first house, which is empty. Here we go. Look at this. Venus is being very dominant here. She's not being submissive. She's, oh, I've got a message for you, she is saying. We've got a node, let's get rid of that. We've got a Virgo energy as well. Let's see if Mars has indeed. Look at this, look at this. It's the personal planets that are really asserting themselves today, so that's good. Nice bit of assertion there. Gemini pretty much all, oh look, whoa, look at that. Mars and Venus is what we're going for. Oh, look as well, we got Jupiter in Sagittarius. We got lots of 4 messages at least. That's amazing. Have I got everybody? Yeah, I have. Okay, so I always start from the midheaven. I say always start. I've decided to start from the midheaven. So our first message is from Neptune in Pisces. A little bit of nebulous. We're looking above, we're looking up here for messages. What do I mean by that? Messages from spirit, messages from the force, the plane of the universe, that underlying energy. That's what I think the Neptune Pisces energy is. We'll get rid of this Gemini marker. Then we're going around with a message from Jupiter in Sagittarius. Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius. Yes, I have already mentioned that square there. I believe, and many other astrologers out there believe, that this lack of clarity we've been having in the last, since April, since March, April, may be down to this square between Jupiter and Neptune. I mentioned not long ago that we are moving away from that, so that's jolly good. Let's get rid of this first house marker. Let's get rid of this Mercury marker. Nice little sound effects going on here. So here we go. But look at that. Venus and Mars. Oh, I lied to you. Look, there's a Scorpio vibe. Oh, well, let's get rid of that Scorpio vibe. 4 messages. So that's above average, I would say. I'm going to use Equinox. Equinox has been cleansed and shuffled off screen. I've already been going on for 7 minutes. I need to learn how to streamline these things. I'm just giving Equinox a little bit of a shuffle. No lunar energies, but hey, that's quite okay. I think the overriding vibe is that new moon in Libra. If the new moon in Libra doesn't sing to you, then ask yourself why. I think it's a very positive energy. This idea of, I mean, the next moon phase is, of course, the full moon in Aries on the 13th of October, where we look to ourselves, where we look to our drive and our passion. So it's probably right that we just balance ourselves. I'm going to shut up now and let's just get these messages, shall we? So let's put you there to look pretty and shiny. So yes, these are our messages from Neptune in Pisces, squaring Jupiter in Sagittarius. What is Venus in Libra trying to tell us? That's going to be in there. And finally, Mars in Virgo, an interesting energy if there ever was one. That force of critical nature. It is an interesting energy there. What else can I say about Mars in Virgo? I don't know, I should probably leave it until we get there. Yeah, of course. Okay, let's do this. Can you see that? That's good enough for me. So what is Neptune in Pisces trying to tell us? It's trying to tell us about the lovers. Okay, so already we've got this idea of harmony. Again, let's latch onto a bit of harmony. So that idea of messages from that underlying force of the universe, without sounding too Star Warsy, I think that's exactly what it means. So Neptune's asking us to look above. It's a shame I'm not using a Waite-Smith deck, because that would have just explained the energy perfectly. Neptune wants us to find that kindred spirit and just settle down with a little bit of harmony, I think. Let's come back round to that. But it is squaring the Jupiter Sagittarius energy, which is the Prince of Swords, the King of Swords. That is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So you have this kind of airy, watery vibe going with a somewhat fiery, airy vibe. Not a great deal of ground in there. So Jupiter's telling us to look to our mind, which does go well with Sagittarius a little bit, doesn't it? We've got this underlying air energy with this conflicting water and fire energy. So that's great. It's asking us to, again, it's all about harmony and balance, I think. It's not an accident. I absolutely don't believe that is an accident. Let's bring ourselves back into balance. Let's look at all those extreme views and ideals that we're trying to which form our lives, and just ask ourselves why we still hold on to those beliefs. Why is it that we hold these ideals, and just challenge them a little bit, I would say. I'm not saying that to be conflicting or overly aggressive, but we need to always ask ourselves those questions, I think. Now, the King of Swords is that it's a bit of an Aquarian energy, you know. It's that sort of higher, fair, firm, and friendly vibe, mixed with that Gemini air energy. A lot of air underlying this conflict. That's great. That's great. Just asking ourselves, I think, just asking the question. Just ask yourself questions. Venus and Libra. What does Venus and Libra want to say? And this is going to be very interesting. Which, she's making this aspect with Pluto. That idea of force and transformation. But let's see what we're going on here. Look at this. We're going incredibly airy. So we've got the Page of Swords, or the Princess of Swords. A couple of court cards in here. So, okay, so we're latching onto this Libra energy. The Page of Swords is very much at home with Libra. Venus is asking us to, and again, this goes with that new moon cycle, bringing forth new ideas. It's all about balance. I have to turn this Mars energy over. What is Mars and Virgo kind of trying to tell us? Oh, it's the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. So what's this story trying to tell us? So starting from going around here, Neptune in Pisces is asking us to seek out harmony. Seek out harmony with the higher vibes. And it's talking to Jupiter in Sagittarius with the King of Swords energy, or the Prince of Swords with the top deck. It's all about bringing forth new ideas, not getting too ahead of ourselves, I think. Not trying to make too much happen too quickly. Keep everything in balance. My goodness, when you're seeking these answers from your emotions, from that love center, your heart center, if you like, again, it's telling us to keep things in balance. Although there's a little bit of curiosity here, there's a little bit of it's all about asking ourselves harmonious questions, isn't it? And then Mars in Virgo, that interesting, this is pretty much the only Earth vibe we got here. This Mars, and it's not very grounded, is it? It's all quite up here. It's all quite elevated. And I want to say in the sky, but in the higher realms, we're thinking about thought. We're thinking about harmony, this Pisces energy, this water. This is the only water energy as well. It's all very airy, I think. A little bit of a fire correspondence here, but we end up with the Eight of Cups. All about seeking that spiritual journey. So I think it comes full circle when we look back to Neptune here. Embrace new ideas. Seek balance and harmony within yourself. Go on a bit of an inward journey with a little bit of urgency, says Mars. I could talk for ages about this, but I'm going to actually stop here because it's been 15 minutes and I think that's long enough. But what is the vibe? The vibe is one of harmony, balance, thought, and inner spiritual journey. Yes, that is the vibe. What's the vibe? Bring it back to the balance. We're looking to Libra. Now, personally, Libra is an energy that I kind of struggle with, to be honest. So I personally am going to look for the balance in the day, and indeed the week ahead. This is the vibe for the week ahead. It's all about balance, harmony, and higher thought. Put some thought into what you do out there. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you very much for watching. I am the Hidden Hermit. I hope you have a lovely week. Bye bye.